at the nationality of buyers for last month's new home sales, predominantly still Singaporean. We have about 85%, so largely local demand driving sales. Of note, if you look at the foreigner role, 31 in July, and then just a slight uptick, 54 in August. So I think, Ismail, we were having a discussion about foreign demand and recovery. So going forward, if we continue to see the clamp down on travel, the travel restrictions in the current manner, CCR probably would be the segment that would be most vulnerable, right? Because foreigners tend to have keen buying interest in CCR segment compared to the other segments.
I think one of the key things we have also witnessed swing here is even in cost central region, more Singaporeans are entering the market. I mean, when we look at it, we just drill on a study into the cost central region itself. A couple of main reasons are also is because the pricing. Today at the cost central region, one could be able to pick up at below $2,500 or about $2,500 a brand new launches with some of the units that are still available. And that's why it becomes very attractive for people to actually look at. Singaporeans are looking at the cost central region as well. But overall, when I look at it, what it shows here is July and August, 84% and 84.5%. So predominantly the real estate market is fueled by Singaporeans. And as far as SPR is concerned, it's only 12.9 and 11.2. Yes, foreigners are the ones who have increased relatively strongly, and mainly this is because of a huge amount of restriction from June to July, a little bit more allowance has been given, some business green lane to enter the Singapore and things like that. But I am quite hopeful, Swing, from the perspective of, I will not be surprised the foreigners' demand will increase. Yeah, look at it currently with Singapore being more competitive and friendly for MNCs to set up their offices here because of our safety, security, strong government, stability of the currency, resiliency of the workforce, and more importantly, the tax regime, that favors MNCs. And we are talking about TikTok wanting to come in and plunge and plow billions of dollars into some of their research and facilities and so on. And that goes with many other MNCs looking at the global economic uncertainty and tension. Singapore provides a relatively safe headquarters and people. So I do agree this pandemic means some people get retrenched, but some people get hired. So it is not a zero-sum game. And that's where I look at it in terms of foreigners' percentage will continue to go up in the coming months moving forward.
And obviously, certain sectors are still growing, as you've mentioned as well. I think tech sector is growing in quite a big way. We recently read several reports about Chinese tech companies investing in Singapore or expanding their footprint here. So that also will bring in some talent in as well, who will require homes. So looking at these numbers, Kelvin, do you want to weigh in on this? What's your sense in terms of foreign demand right now?
I think the foreign market definitely would see Singapore as a place really still will be a very good place for them to park their money here, and of course for their education. I mean to be honest, you look at the whole thing here is that I think Singapore seems to be a very good place for people to buy properties. But I just want to add on one thing here is that, right, to those people who are buying properties, one good thing that we can see from here is that, right, our locals are the one that holds the 80%, which is very important. Because why? I mean, when we talk about buying a property, right, important is to buy a country where the locals can afford to buy. Then the next time when you want to resell, right, then there is always another local group of people who actually can buy. If you go to somewhere else at the end of the day here, right, where the locals are not buying, actually the foreigners are also scared to come in as well. So that is the main key thing here is that, right, based on this chart, right, it only tells me one thing, that Singaporean are willing to buy, and the locals having the majority share of 80%, which give a lot of assurance to the local buyers and foreigners to come in and buy something in Singapore. I think that is something that is good. I mean, no point you go to a country at the end of the day, no locals are not buying, only foreigners are buying, and then I think it will be a very dangerous point. Yeah.
Thank you, Kelvin and Ismail, for your views.